Well, hello everybody.
Hey.
Tonight, I hope everybody's doing good. If you don't know, my name is Thomas, or Tommy, or Tom, or whatever you want to call me, and this is my
You want to tell 'em
wife.
what I call you?
No,
Medina.
this is my wife, Meddena.
Medina.
This is the 1 million mile road trip. This is our RV channel, and we hope that I know we don't have many people here right now, and that's okay because I hope there were lots of people will watch it later. We wanted to kind of give you an update of what we've been doing and what we hope to be doing in the next couple of months, and
I
how
can
our
think of one thing.
first 6 months was that.
I can think of one thing
Give
you
me a
need to do.
haircut.
Yeah, you need a haircut. I can see it.
Yeah, I hear you. But the last 6 months, we of course sold our house, we sold our business, and we moved into the RV full time. It's just me and Meddena and our two dogs, Maggie and Gracie, and our cat Moses. And everything has been going pretty good. We had solar put on the RV right after we went full time in Napanee, Indiana. And we've had a chance to try it out, and we've only had one little glitch with it, and we're going to address that next week, and I'll cover even that in the video. But we had a inverter went out on us, and we a new inverter. It was the new one, not the old one. So they I called them and they said no problem, come in, we'll take care of it. So once that happens, and we plan to, we're in Wisconsin right now, but we plan to leave here and go to our son's place in Nashville. And then from there, after we leave Nashville, we're not really sure if we're gonna where we're gonna go until right around Christmas. We'll be back at her dad's house. So I guess we're gonna
We'll
leave
be at
Nashville.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, Thanksgiving we'll
Be
come
at my
back to her
dad's.
dad in Tennessee, and then we may go to Red Bay and get a few things done in the RV, just some minor stuff, like we have a couple of blinds that have trouble coming up and down, and we have a USB port on the dash that needs to be replaced, and
A dryer that
a dryer that's
that
making a weird noise that we need to have something done to the. It's a I think it's bearings in the dryer.
all under warranty, thank God.
Yes, all under warranty, and we hope to have that done. But we do plan to spend a month in in Gulf Shores area. It's actually in Magnolia Springs. Actually, the place is
In Alabama.
in
Down
Alabama,
near the
South
Gulf Coast.
Alabama. We're going to be there probably around the middle of January to the middle of February, and then from there we're thinking about going to Florida and just kind of hitting some campgrounds around there before we start our journey in the spring. And right now we don't know if we're going to do the Route 66 or if we're going to do out west. We're not sure what we're going to do
And
yet.
y'all may ask, what do I want to do? I'm just along for the ride. I'm having fun everywhere we go, so it doesn't matter to me. I want him to be able to see his
Well, I mean,
must sees.
we want to go back. I Route 66 is, or Route 66, however you want to say it, has is a bucket list item for me. But you got to start in Chicago, and then it runs down, kind of like down towards Arizona, and it would be a great place. However, I'm in a great way, but I still there's a lot of things in Arkansas, Kansas, Nebraska, Oklahoma, Colorado, and Arizona, and getting back up to Wyoming that I want to visit. So I don't know yet. We're just going to have to sit down and plan it out. When we were out west the last time, we passed by Route 66, and it was actually we could see it from the interstate,
You got a T-shirt.
highway. Yeah, I did get
You
one,
got a
and
T-shirt.
where basically it ends there out in Williams, Arizona, out one of the places it nearly ends. We stayed out there, but and we stayed a week out there and went to Sedona, went to the Grand Canyon, went to
I want to go
Much
stay.
places.
I'd like to go stay a month at Yellowstone, at West Yellowstone. That's what I would like to do. I loved West Yellowstone, and I wouldn't mind doing work camping
You
there.
could spend a month inside Yellowstone.
Yeah,
I mean, and never go one place twice, because it the whole Yellowstone Park, it has a big loop, a big circle inside of it, and if you get on that and think, I thought, oh, we'll just do that in one day. It takes you, honestly, it's about 300 miles. It's through that loop. I don't know how many miles it is, but it takes 2 or 3 days to do that loop and see everything on it. Sure, you could drive it straight through, but there's so many
you have to watch
animals.
out. The buffalo sometimes lay
Yeah,
in the street.
yeah, the buffalo lay
You have to
in the middle of the
remember,
road.
you're in their home. You're in their living room.
I saw a video in Jackson Hole, which is south of the Grand Tetons, and I saw it today. They had a uh, webcam at the police station in their two parking lots, and they had a bear and 5 cubs
That's
walk
amazing.
through. And these are big cubs, though. They were a couple of big bears.
They
Walk, and
weren't
it was
ready
at
to leave home.
night. I don't guess so. They walked through the parking lot, and they had them on 2 or 3 cameras. And one of the there was a woman on there in the comments. She said somebody needs to relocate those bears and far away from civilization. And I said, Jackson Hole is located almost right in the middle of a national park. It'd be easier to relocate Jackson Hole than it would be to relocate the bears. I mean, it is. It is. I mean, you can drive 100 yards outside the city and see elk, moose. You can see moose walk down the middle of the
No, yeah,
road. It was
you
just
don't have to
bears,
drive
everything.
anywhere.
No, I mean,
They're
it was
everywhere.
crazy. It was really something. But
TS, I was thinking better their living room than their bathroom.
but we've enjoyed it. We've enjoyed our stay up here um, in Wisconsin. We've got to
Supposed to
see
get
a lot of
snow.
stuff. It's supposed to get snow Friday, not very much, but we don't know. I remember the last year we were up here. That wasn't last year, but a couple years back we were up here in our first thing, maybe in 2016 or so, but I don't remember exactly when it was. But we were up here, and that we were not supposed to get snow. And the next one I opened the door, it's like 8 inches of snow on the ground. So you just never know. However,
Hey, Lake Superior.
hey, how y'all? And listen, I know we got a lot of people from our other channel, and I got some kind of a housekeeping to do tonight. There'll be something posted in the community channel, community page when we're off of here.
And leave your comments and tell us what
Yeah,
you
I'll
think.
tell you what you think. I mean, it is what it is, and that's all we got to say. Um, we are going to be trying to really build this channel. We would ask you if you know anybody that you think might like the traveling type of channels and stuff. Suggest us and suggest this channel, and so we can try to build it up. It's a little slow, but we're in the COVID era, so who knows. But if anybody got any questions on anything, we will answer just about anything that you ask. We actually went today and we stayed almost a month with not hooked up to sewer, almost a month without dumping. So it can be done. And we just went and dumped today. We wasn't really, it wasn't the top of the tanks. We could have lasted a few
Chasing
days.
RV Sunshine. I saw you guys on Instagram. I think I did. And
We're down in Texas, our first month in the full time.
yeah.
Welcome. We
Have you guys ever been to Europe or want to visit? Gee, I've never been to Europe. My dad was in Germany in the military.
I'd like to go. My daughter's been to Germany a couple times.
They love it.
Yeah, I would love to go because my DNA says I have Scottish, Irish, German, and Jewish. So I'm a mutt, basically.
I think that's the Jew.
And my mother really looked Jewish. She really did.
Now I spent 2.5 years in Korea, and I am going back in a couple of years with our daughter to try to locate some family members over there. So who knows? We'll see. But
And Linda, we actually drove through that area and didn't even, we drove through the Painted Desert, and near the Great Meteor Crater and all that, and didn't stop. Drove through Albuquerque, but this time we're going to take our time and spend a lot of time.
Someone, we won't say who, someone was in a hurry to get out there before all the visitors got there, and then we couldn't see anything.
Yeah,
and somebody hurried through everything that time, and
Yeah.
I'm not hurrying this time.
I'm gonna put his
brakes on.
Chasing RV Sunshine had the only thing, we have not been down in Texas. Back when we were full time before in 2014, we went through San Antonio and Dallas. Our daughter was living in Dallas, so we went.
Excuse me.
The one that has, I think it's San Antonio. It's more like a cowboy town. It had
No.
Huh?
Arlington.
No, it had the cattle drive through the middle of town.
Okay, we did do the cattle drive.
Yeah, through the middle of town. I can't remember, but I loved it. Korea, yes, Dina's going to Korea.
I lived there for 2.5 years, and I was 9 to 12 years old. For those of you who don't know the story, my dad, there's me and 6 brothers, and we ended up in Korea, and my stepmother at the time adopted a little boy from Korea, so that made the 8 kids there, and the Children's Red Cross would come around on the weekends and pick us kids up to give us something to do. And we would go to orphanages and to the hospital to play with the kids. This was 10 years after the Korean War. And so one day I walked into a gymnasium, and you guys know how big a gym is. And all along the back wall, there were 3 rows of babies on pallets, and they were just laying there. Some were asleep, some were crying, some were just, whatever. But the whole place was full of toddlers. And this little girl walked up to me. I'm probably 10 or 11 years old, and she holds her hands up like this, and she's crying, and I reached down and I picked her up and I held her close. I sat down on the floor and I was rocking her as she was crying, and I said, I didn't know God then, but I knew there was a God, and I said, God, all she wants is a mommy and a daddy. And so anyway, when I left there on the plane, I told my dad that I was going to adopt from Korea. And then when Thomas asked me to marry him, I told him if he couldn't handle adoption, don't ask, because I was not going to have children. I wanted to adopt. And so we were married 5 years, and we got Mindy when, we were 5 years. Mm-hmm. We got Mindy when he was 26 and I was 25. And she was 7 months old, came in on December 15th, 1982.
Mm-hmm.
And we took her home, and
then adopted Dakota.
In 1989, we adopted our son. And between the two, we adopted we were in the process of adopting a child, and the mother changed her mind and took him back. Hey, AK, are you doing okay after all those bees you got bit by?
I heard you got bee bit. Lake Superior says, what's the worst thing that has happened to you since you've been full-time RVing?
What is the worst time?
I don't know. We haven't had any really bad stuff happen yet.
We've almost had bad stuff happen. We almost had a bad thing happen today. And when we were leaving our house in Boaz, we almost had a bad thing happen.
That's just little stuff. Wait.
That's little stuff.
Yeah.
No. Wait. I get to tell this. Okay.
All right.
So we're leaving. We're going to get in the RV and go dump today. Mm-hmm. And I go outside just by accident and walk down the side. And I looked at him up there and I said, are you not going to unplug us from electricity? That's the second time he's almost done that.
Always do a walk around. Always do a walk around.
Well, the $1,750 oil change, that was bad, but it's expected.
Yeah,
it wasn't just an oil change.
It wasn't quite just an oil change. We had a full oil change. We had it lubed around all the joints lube, but the biggest thing that cost us at the time, we had the transmission serviced, and that was $850, which that was on our older RV. That was the RV that we had before we sold it and bought this Tiffin. That one we did that because we were going to sell it.
No, we did that because we were going to drive it.
Yeah, that's right. And then we ended up selling it. But that getting the transmission service is usually a one time every 70,000 miles. So
I thought it was 100.
That may be 70. I don't know. It's
Anyway.
way up there. So
I was trying to think if we really had.
I think the biggest thing that has gone wrong so far is that inverter.
Oh.
Right now, that inverter, and it's under warranty, so that's not going to be anything.
I can tell you something that almost went wrong. Somebody. This is the funny thing, okay? I'm gonna tell this. This is the funny thing. When we first decided to go start RVing, it took him 5 years to talk me into it. So the first time we did, and we loved it, but we decided to get a house and start a business. We sold all that and did it again. This time, I told him, I said, if we get sleepy, we can't drive more than an hour down the road without getting sleepy. We listen to books on CD.
Not anymore.
Listen. So we're driving to Gulf Shores, and I look down, and when I look up, we are headed towards the medium. And I screamed, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" He had dozed off. And I said, okay, from now on, if one of us gets sleepy, we're going to pull off and take a nap.
But I'll tell you what it was from. I had not slept good in 2 nights, and I don't know.
Yes, that's true.
The dogs had got me up all hours of the night, and I didn't sleep hardly at all. I finally got to sleep about 3 o'clock in the morning, and I got up about 8. And one other thing too, I know a lot of you don't know if you watch this channel, I'm a retired law enforcement officer, and I spent 33 years in law enforcement, and for about 20 of those years, I was in investigation. And while I was there, I worked midnight shift 90-something% of the time.
Well, I'd say 90% of your career you worked.
Yeah, probably 90% of the time I worked midnight. So I would never even go to sleep till 7 o'clock in the morning. So, really, I didn't know how to act in the daylight. So,
like a vampire.
So for even now, sleep is, you're right, okay, sleep is a struggle. I mean, I hardly ever go to sleep earlier than about 2 o'clock right now. But when we're going to travel from now on, I try to, if I have to take something to make me go to sleep, Benadryl, whatever, to get me to sleep. But,
Can I finish my story?
Hold on just a second.
No, let me finish my story. Okay, we'll get to that in just a second, chasing RV. So we left Nashville, headed up here, or to go to Michigan and the colors and everything. We left Nashville behind a Cracker Barrel at 12 o'clock. And by 1:30, we had pulled over at a rest stop, and both of us went to sleep for an hour.
But we didn't get sleepy the rest of the day. We drove. What's the best purchase for equipment for the RV for full-time living? I'm gonna tell you, I consider our solar the best.
Well,
for equipment is because we spend right now when we're out, we use Harvest Host, and if you're not a member of Harvest Host, that is the number one thing I would do. It costs about $70 or $80 a year. If you the price that you purchase it at is frozen, so right now it's not too high price. I expect in the next few years it's going to go up, but for $75 a year, you can go to farms, you can go to wineries, you can go to museums, restaurants, golf courses. If you want to spend, I think it's $110 a year for the golf course package. But
we don't play golf.
We don't play golf. But what they expect you to do is to spend $20 if you can, or go to the museum. We've gone to museums that are free, and we went in there and bought something for about $10 or $15. A lot of them have restaurants. If you're a winery, you go to TS, we're not talking about that. If it's a winery, you
What did
can
TS
go.
say?
You can go to the winery and they'll do sampling, or breweries. If you'd like to drink beer, they'll have like different samples of stuff. But you basically stay on property with no hookups for free, and you meet a lot of great
Yes.
people. I've met retired DEA agents, retired FBI, some people from the Secret Service that were active that were doing on vacation. Um, uh, you just there's a lot of stuff that you can do, and you see a lot of great places. And we bought we go to a farm and they let you stay overnight, and then we actually bought cheese, we bought fruit, we bought all kinds of stuff from them, and it's great. It's really great.
Oh, look at that. They're retired LEO.
Oh well, great. We'll have to see if we can maybe
Let's hook up.
hopefully
They
can
left
meet up.
Wisconsin.
Meet up sometime on the road. If you're not a member of Harvest Host and you want to join or you look into it, we have a link in our description. I don't know if I put it in this description yet, but some of the other stuff that we put out on our we put it in the description.
Hey, over
you
the
can
hill.
save you can save 15% on your membership if you use we use ours. Hello, over the hill. How you doing, John?
Skitty stopped driving because she said she doesn't transition between sleep and wakefulness correctly. Last time I drove 20 minutes in the wrong direction before I crashed about 7 years. Gosh.
Wow.
That's
yeah,
scary.
but it's Harvest Host is a great thing. We love it.
Well, and if you're asking me, I don't know what kind of cooktop you have. I don't. Tell me what kind of unit you have. Whatever. Ours is a propane cooktop, and it's such a pain to move all that stuff away to cook when it's just usually most of my meals are like a pot and the oven or something like that. So I got me one of those Invicta. What is that called? It's that little
convection oven.
No, I got a convection oven, but I got this.
No, I mean
I got this thing. What is this? New Wave.
A New Wave.
Yeah, New Wave.
Yeah, she cooks on that
I
most
cook
of the
on
time.
that, and I got Emerald's air fryer that toasts, it broils, it bakes, it air fries. I forget. I mean, it's rotisserie. It does so many things. I love that. So they
yeah. No, we have not stayed at Boondockers Welcome
Boondockers
yet.
was taken over by
Harvest Host did. I think they purchased that.
Yeah.
We've never stayed there before. We normally stay about 10 to 15 nights a month at Harvest Host, and we've stayed at museums. We've stayed at a lot of places. Campgrounds are getting so high and so crowded, and you got to make reservations so far out. One of the regrets, Meddena doesn't regret it yet, but hold on a second.
Hey, let me call you back.
Yes, we bought Thousand Trails, and Thousand Trails is package. It was kind of expensive, and we haven't stayed there but a couple of times. We stayed one time, one night, and then we stayed, I think, 3 or 4 nights at another one. And the problem with Thousand Trails is they're only located around the coast. So they don't have a lot of stuff inside. There are a few in Wisconsin and one in Door County that we really liked.
And we stayed there 3 nights free.
Yeah, we stayed, but you really don't stay free because your package costs you plus you pay per year. But it is something I would consider if you're full time, depending on where you travel to. But it's nice if you can get it. Yeah, AK said BLM land. That's right. There's not a whole lot of BLM land in the eastern portion of the United States. There's a little bit, but we have a Tiffin QBH 2014 40-foot diesel pusher.
It's a bath and a half. The only thing it has that I don't use, it's got a dishwasher. So when the dishwasher's full of pots and pans. Have y'all watched some of the videos? Uh, any of the videos that we've done about that, like the toilet, like when we went today and washed out the tank and all, adding a little bit of water back into your tank, so that whatever goes down at first is not stuck at the bottom. Those type of things, we can all help each other out by sharing information.
Yeah.
One of the things I had somebody ask about was in the shower, how do you keep it from getting the soap scum? Well, every time we take a shower, one of us gets in there and wipes it down, the wipes the water all off of it, and we don't have any
No.
at all.
Only
soap scum.
thing I don't think there's a bath and a half was really needed. We don't use it, but
I like the bath and a half.
But
There's a boys' bathroom and a girls' bathroom, and you ladies know what I'm talking about.
But we like the Tiffin because one, it's very reliable, and Bob Tiffin, even though he did sell the company to Thor, he still is general manager, and he still takes care of people that buy Tiffins, and we've had the Tiffin's very reliable, and the biggest thing that I wanted, and I know you get a lot of people going to say, I don't think I'd want that, but we've got heated floors in here, and the thing with us, it gets down in the low 30s at night outside. We turn the heated floors on, and we don't have to even run the gas heat at all. It heats the whole coach. You'd be surprised how well it does. And we just got the front portion on. The back portion in the bedroom we don't have on. And we got an electric fireplace. It's real nice, puts out a lot of heat. We barely run our gas heat at all. We barely run it. But
yeah, I didn't think I would care for heated floors that much, but I can say I
it's
love
nice
it because we don't turn the heated floors on in the bedroom because the dog's laying on the floor. And so when you walk in there compared to in here, yeah,
you can
you
tell
go, okay, give me back in the living room.
Big reason. But like now, Maggie, she's laying on the heated floors right now, so I think they like it to a certain extent. But we have heated floors, which is very nice. What type of RV do y'all have, Chasing?
Are there any other questions?
Oh, you have a Allegra Red 33 AA triple 35-foot.
Don't you love your Tiffin?
Yeah, Tiffin's great. I tell you something else too that we did a video on. I hear people say all the time they don't put regular toilet paper in their tanks. They don't. They use this toilet paper. I call it sandpaper for RVs. But if you'll take every time you dump your tanks, if you'll have a separate hose that you run back through your sprayer, your black tank flush, and you'll flush you'll flush your black tank, then fill it back up with water all the way to the top, and then flush it again. It'll keep them cleaned out. Do we feel safe? Absolutely. We carry certain, I'll use countermeasures in case something ever happens, but I feel totally safe. Yeah, absolutely. Angel Soft, that's good stuff. Yeah, well, AK, I don't know about completely anywhere, but
he's not an ex-police officer, he's retired. I learned that the hard way. You don't say he's an ex-police officer because that means he did something wrong, he thinks. So he reminded me all the time.
It's just schematics. I don't know. I have never been anywhere that I've really felt. If we did at the Cracker Barrel, we stayed in Nashville one night. It was a little sketchy because they had a lot of, and nothing wrong with being homeless. Okay, I feel for people that are homeless. I help them if I can. But what they had a lot of homeless that would walk through the parking lot at night, and also they would stay in the woods or a little place behind us. They would actually had tents set up, and I didn't realize that until we got out walking the dogs, and I ran up on a couple of guys sleeping out there in the woods. But I think you
Yes.
just use your head. You use your head. You don't put yourself in situations that's going to be risky, and that's what I do. And I believe in the Second Amendment, and we just we just prepare ourselves. And I don't let Dina go out walking around by herself in areas that I feel is not
You
secure.
don't
And
want.
Maggie is with her, and Maggie, believe me, she won't let strangers walk up on her. I mean, I can act like a stranger, like cover my head up or something, and she's all about it, letting me know.
Well,
Hair
sometimes he
stands up
pretends.
on the back of her back. I mean, she does not. She doesn't
Sometimes
let
he
it.
pretends like he's hitting me, and I'll holler, "Ow, Maggie! Ow,
And
Maggie!"
that dog attacked me.
She comes and chases him to the other end of the RV. And if he's laying on the couch watching TV or on the bed watching TV, and I'm in the kitchen, I can yell, "Oh, Maggie!" I'm trying not to do it loud. Um, he's trying to hit me. He's trying to hit me, and she'll come and jump on him, and he's like, "I'm nowhere near you."
uh, Chasing, I did a 12 years in North Alabama, one with 8 years with Huntsville Police Department up there. I worked narcotics, organized crime bureau,
Undercover.
robbery. I worked homicide. I did a bunch of stuff up there, and mostly narcotics. That was my big thing. And then I went down to South Alabama at a beach town, a small beach town, and I worked down there for about 6 years. Then I went to law school, got out, and came back. I did not take the bar, and went back into law enforcement and worked about probably
A total of 33
15. It
years.
was like 15 or something years. I was assigned to narcotics shortly after that, and actually ran the unit for about 12 years or so. But I worked with customs some as with the Blue Lightning Task Force, and uh,
And also the pedophile
well,
thing.
I was in charge of a cyber crimes task force. We did child predators and stuff, and so
Like NBC,
I
Catch a
did a
Predator.
little bit of everything. But my thing I worked the longest time in was narcotics. Where did y'all retire from?
We're not very interesting people.
Yeah, I guess so.
We're just,
Uh, AK, I'd love to meet you someday, buddy. I don't know where are you. What state are you in? I,
I
I
think
know
he's
you
in
done.
Michigan.
I thought you were in Colorado.
No, I think he's in Michigan. Okay, is your plan to go back to living in a house at some point? No.
No, we have no plans to.
We told our children if we die in the RV, they can drive it off a cliff. We don't.
Seriously, we thought about maybe if someday that you get to where you cannot do it, uh, maybe buying a condo somewhere, maybe down in South Alabama near the beach or something. You are in Colorado? Wow.
Who's in Tennessee?
Uh, but we actually, um,
Have you been to Tennessee lately? Who? I don't
I
know.
don't know. It was.
That
We want
baby.
to. We would like to spend. I wouldn't mind spending about a month in Colorado.
Yeah.
There's so much to see in Colorado, and you're right there close to everything. We didn't make it to Colorado last time, but we would love to go to Colorado. I always wanted to live there. I've got I've got two cousins that live in Denver.
Thank you for asking, TS. Dakota's doing good. He's got a meeting with his producer tomorrow, a dinner with them, and try to work out some details.
Yeah, the music business is very, very, very business, and um, it with COVID and everything, it kind of thank you, AK, I appreciate it. It's kind of
Between COVID, the tornadoes, the
yeah,
snowstorm,
everything.
the bombing, the
It's been
riots.
crazy. So Dakota has been through a lot, and plus he lives by himself up there. He doesn't, even though he's lived there 2 years, he's not. He doesn't get out and.
Oh wow! Free electric mountains. We're on the way.
um, he doesn't have a lot of friends because he doesn't have the money to go out and get into a bunch of stuff. You know.
Okay.
Coming
Deb
through
did
Wisconsin
23
with
years
drug
in
unit,
Wisconsin.
sensitive crimes against children, a sergeant. Wow.
So you were okay. So you were a sergeant here.
You're actually that. You know that was my biggest thing. Drugs, working narcotics.
That's awesome. We need to meet up with you
loved
guys.
to work in narcotics. It was a lot of fun. Jackson's, Lake Superior near
We need to meet up with you guys. Chasing RV Sunshine.
Yeah. Well, I kid. We kidded everybody and said we're actually, spot. Yeah. We were chasing 70 degrees, and when we came up into North Michigan, it was 80s. It was in the 80s, like we carried it with us.
We carried the heat with us.
Carried the heat with us. It was ridiculous. We couldn't find a place to go anywhere.
Okay, so you're from Wisconsin, chasing RV Sunshine. Where do you think we need to? Where do you think we need to see before we leave?
Yeah, we're actually in the southern part of Wisconsin. They claim it's going to snow here Friday. I don't know. Appreciate it, AK. We really do.
Chasing RV Sunshine, are y'all headed south for the winter? And if so, where?
Yeah. We actually are members of Escapees, and that's where we're staying in Escapees Park near Magnolia Springs in Baldwin County. We're actually only going to stay there a month, though. We're going to try to weasel down to.
We need to. If you want us to do a meetup, y'all need to. She said, "Get out." No, we have seen some really awesome things. We went downtown Milwaukee and saw the street art.
Yeah, we went. It was really cool. Black Cat Alley, I think it was.
But if you want us to meet up with you guys,
Milwaukee. My daughter lives in Butler, and it just seems like every other night here they're shooting somebody or they're involved in some type of crime here. So I'm kind of telling her, you better be careful out there. But I don't know.
Okay, so if you guys want to meet us, we need you just send us an email. Tell us what city and state you live in, and what we'll do is we'll make a list, and then we'll hit you up online when we're going to be in your area.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have some scuba training, and can you do online? Daughter and Patty. Water certification. She's not here. I back in the day, back when I was a youngin', I was scuba trained and did the hello, Sergeant Melinda. I was a scuba advanced. Now get this, I was advanced senior diver at age 16.
Yeah, but AK, get this. When we got married, we went down to Florida, and he thought it would be a great idea for me to do some scuba diving, and he was going to show me how to do it. He puts a weight belt on me, and we go out in the water, and I'm fighting to get off the bottom.
You had a tank on.
I was scared.
You could breathe.
Death. No, I'm claustrophobic, and he put me underwater, and I was panicking. Never get me to do it again.
Yeah, and that's bad because she did snorkel though. That's
different. I was on top of the water. You put me under the water.
Well, I
with
just
a weight belt.
And we wasn't that deep.
It was deep enough. Like it panicked
25,
me.
30 feet.
30 feet. Oh my gosh! I didn't know we were that deep.
Yeah, we were kind of deep, but I mean it wasn't deep. My first open water dive where I scubaed and got my certification was 85 feet, and it was off of Pensacola, Florida, the Russian freighter.
And our daughter called us from Australia and said, "Hey, I just wanted to call y'all and tell you I love you and that you're great parents. I'm going scuba diving in the Great Barrier Reefs.
Right. And then she had said the same thing before she went
Skydiving. And she said, I'll
skydiving.
call you tomorrow when I hit the ground.
That's crazy.
Yeah, AK, I agree. That was horrible.
Yeah, probably 3 feet of water. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. But I have not seriously scuba dived in a long, long time. I would love to get back into it. It's just so expensive.
But
It's like flying a plane, I would like to learn how to fly, but you'll spend thousands of dollars trying to learn how to fly. I've flown an ultralight before, so
they said send AK and us a link. We'll come on with y'all.
Well, how do I mean, I'd have to send it through a Facebook or email.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that. Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all something. That joke he played on me by putting that weight belt on me and sinking me to the bottom of the ocean. He has lived to regret that because he has had 44 years of me just playing jokes on him and scaring him to death. And
you had a license to fly?
He fell in the bathtub one time because I put a fake scorpion beside the toilet.
Yeah, that's just one thing you've done to me. Yeah.
Oh, one of many.
Where did you get stung, AK?
All over his face. You should have seen it. It was on his neck and everything. It was awful. Okay. Melinda said you can email hers to her.
Do you have her email? I'll send it.
It's on there somewhere.
Let me see if I can.
No, I've never dove before. Email us a link. Okay.
Hold on just a minute. I'll try it this way.
He's trying. And send it to AK. AK, we need your
Let's see if I can do it this way. See if y'all can click on it. If you can click on that, I might can get you in there.
Everybody can click on it.
Yeah, I just want to accept. I just want to accept everybody.
All right, there you go. Click on that.
Click on that and see if you can follow that link.
And they got you inside your mouth and your face and your chest. Oh my gosh. Well, next time don't holler. Keep your mouth shut.
Tess, I don't like flying big planes. I mean, like being on jets and stuff, the big ones that you have carried. I've got a good friend of mine's a captain for American Airlines, and another real good friend of mine's that he was a dispatcher for us for years. He flies the biggest planes I got, those 777s or whatever. He flies from the United States to Dubai. That's the one. There he goes from here to Dubai. But I don't trust a big airplane that I can't possibly fly. That's what it is.
I'm seeing if it works.
What?
I'm seeing if it works.
You're seeing if what works?
I'm seeing if it works. Am I there?
What? If it works. Your you have to put a name down and turn your volume down.
My volume's down.
I got an echo. Yeah, you're there. It works.
Okay, so now cut me out.
Turn yours off. Yeah, you're there.
Okay, stop. Okay, so you can do that. Okay, AK, click on it.
Click like you're going into the studio, and I'll put you on there.
AK, are you still swollen from all those bites? Any other questions? I was trying to think for Chasing Sunshine.
I agree, AK.
If there was anything else. Hey, on y'all, on Chasing Sunshine, do your underneath, does it come all on both sides? What is that called? A pass through?
Mm-hmm. I tell you, the best thing we did on that one too is we put those. We got complete basement underneath, and we put these trays in there. It costs us like $800 to put one more tray in there, and you can access it from both sides of the tray. It makes it a lot easier. A lot easier to get in. One slide drawer. Yeah, we bought another one and had a friend of mine help me put it in. It's real easy to put in. You just got to get it square and just drill the things down into the bottom. And the trays are really good. You either completely access from both sides of the underneath, because your passenger side, usually the slides on the passenger side are easier to access because they don't have as much overhang. Your overhang on the driver's side sticks out a little bit further. So
hey, Chasing RV Sunshine, if you guys ever need any help in Alabama with something that goes wrong on your RV,
down in there, we got a guy
please call us, especially North Alabama, because he is fantastic and he does not charge an arm and a leg.
Yeah, we do have some hookups for
I'll be right back.
Better prices on doing stuff if you have a problem. One thing we did too that probably a lot of people would say don't do is we purchased a warranty. We did that before, and I didn't think it was worth it till we had to replace the refrigerator and one air conditioner. We had a 40-foot Fleetwood diesel pusher. It was a 19 what year was our last?
2007.
A 2007 Fleetwood, and it had 80,000 miles on it when we sold it. But we bought it. It had like, I want to say 50 or so, or 40. I don't remember.
What? I mean, miles down, 60.
It had 60,000 when we bought it, and we bought a warranty at the time. And when we bought it, we bought a warranty, and I didn't think it was worth it until we spent a lot of money on stuff. And then when the warranty went out, I actually had a problem. I had it in my front yard of my older house, and it would rain really hard, and we got stuck in the yard, and I had a wrecker come and move it. And when he did, he scooted it sideways instead of picking it up, and it busted the rear ball of the rear end. And of course, I couldn't prove he did it, and it cost me $3,400 to get it fixed. So a warranty, I think, is something, because my biggest fear is something going out in the engine. I know a guy that owns a trucking company, and he had a engine go out in his diesel truck, and it cost him $60,000 to get a new engine. So that's what scares me. So I went ahead and bought a new new engine. A new warranty.
The first RV we had, we bought the warranty, and it was $4,400, wasn't it?
Yeah, about 8,000.
Okay, 8,000. I was thinking, yeah.
Our current
and
one's
within
about
4 months, it had paid for itself.
Yeah,
we still had 36 months to go.
We had replaced refrigerator. We replaced the front air conditioner. We replaced one jack. We replaced a bunch of stuff on it. Even the RV was great, but things cost a lot of money on an RV.
Well, really and when you drive it down the road, and especially some roads, you're driving it through what your home would go through a 6-point earthquake for 3 hours?
Yeah.
Mo, are you asking for money? No,
we're not asking for money.
No, we're just talking about the cost of. People were asking questions.
Don't send money.
Yeah.
How about that?
No, we're not asking.
We're not a monetized channel. I'm not asking for money. That Patreon and all that kind of stuff is great, but our channel has to be a lot bigger before I ever would do that. But no, we're not asking for money. We're just simply talking about things about RV and things that we've done and bought, and what our biggest. Someone, I think it was Chasing RV Sunshine, asked what the biggest thing that we bought that we felt like it was
The things you need in the
needed,
RV.
and I told them it's solar. Now I'm gonna tell you, solar is expensive if you buy a big setup like I did. We spent a lot of money on solar. However,
You can get it done cheaper,
you
but
can get it done cheaper, and you're if you're going to live in it full time and you're going to try to stay as much out of RV campgrounds and in the BLM land of the Southwest and stay at Harvest Host and try to, I mean, RV places are expensive. You'll run between 35 and all up a night. There's some $100 a night out there or more. Average I've seen is about $40 a night. If you pretty much $40 a night. My RV with my solar setup, I can, if I stay at a Harvest Host and they have fruit and vegetables that I can eat, and we're gonna have to buy them at a grocery store later on anyway, then buy the vegetables and stay for free. But your lithium, I do have lithium. Well, I'll tell you the setup we have. We have 2,400 watts of solar on the roof. We have two inverters, two Magnum 3,000 watt inverters. We have two charge controllers that are what's that other brand that I like so much? They're blue. I can't think of anyway. And then I have 10 Battleborn batteries, 100-watt batteries. So I have 1,000 watts. Now, could we get by on a lot less? Absolutely. Probably could have got by with 6. And that's what my intentions were, to get 6 batteries. I came into the shop, I wanted 6 Battleborn 100 amp batteries and 1,800 watts of solar. That's what I wanted. When he gets on the roof, he says, hey, I can put a whole lot more solar up here, and solar's cheap. Panels are cheap. 200-watt panels, 210 watts a piece.
Batteries were on sale.
And the batteries were on sale for $100 off a piece. So I said, you know what? Let's do it.
He's a typical man.
Yeah.
The bigger that is, the
bigger
better.
the better, And we can run one air conditioner in the summertime for 8 hours on our batteries. So, well, listen, if you don't have it, there's a lot of people that put them in, but I can hook y'all up, at least suggest somebody that did ours. They're in Napanee, Indiana. They're owned by Amish up there. The guy that owns the place doesn't drive, and his boy comes by and picks him up in the tractor to get home. Super, super nice people. They have several Amish working at the place, but they have people that are non-Amish to work that drive their vans and trucks around. They're just super honest people.
We had several people that we reached out to that could have done it a
lot
cheaper.
And
But
here's what I say. I suggest you getting it done by reputable people that have insurance. And the reason is because if something happens to your RV and it burns to the ground, hopefully you won't be inside it. But another thing is, say it burns to the ground, your insurance company is not going to replace your RV if your solar
was put
in by somebody that does it on the side.
Right.
If they can turn around and say, well, your inverter started this fire or something happened to start this fire, I would hate, especially if your RV is financed or whatever. I don't want to be sitting here looking at paying off or buying another RV because somebody didn't put it in right.
Well, I didn't want to be sleeping in here, and
we're asleep right on top of our batteries. They're underneath they're in our basement. We got 10 Battleborns right across the top. They're laying on their side. You don't have to lithium. You don't have to put them standing straight up. They're laying on their side, and right now, Battleborn actually has them, and we're not affiliates of Battleborn, but Battleborn actually has them for, I think, $800 a piece. So they're still not cheap, but they got a 10-year warranty on them. That's one thing. And, that was one thing. I mean, if you go with some lead acid battery that may do the same thing, but you can only burn it down 50%, and you
What
you
happened?
just don't. Um,
What happened to Melinda now?
I don't know. I don't know
they
where
were.
Melinda went. Do we have to keep them warm? They've got
Do they
battery.
keep you warm?
Do they keep you warm? No, they're not
They're
warm.
under the
They're
bed.
under the in the basement,
Yeah.
but you can't charge them unless you're above freezing or above 30 degrees. But our basement is heated, so we don't have that problem. Um,
Any other questions? I got to climb on the roof tomorrow of the RV and see if we can't see how tall we are.
yeah, we've got some antennas we got to measure off to the bottom. Uh, but the solar is the biggest expense you'll spend, but it is very well worth it. There was a guy out there having 3,200 watts of solar on the top and 1,500 watts amp hours of lithium when we were there. But he likes to camp in the wintertime in like the snow and stuff. So I don't know what he's going to do, but
Well, the good thing is if everything goes to pot, a solar flare, whatever hits, we can always have our electricity, right?
yeah, I guess.
Unless the lights quit working. We'll have solar.
But
My basement wasn't heated, but it did have a bedroom. Only if you have to sleep in the doghouse. I told him I might put him down there if he kept bringing
yeah,
stuff into the RV.
yeah, I've got so much cameras and equipment and stuff that she's threatened to, if I bring any more or buy any more, she's gonna get me sleep down there for sure. Um, Anybody got anything else about anything?
Yes,
We're open
the
to just
black
about anything.
the all the animals that are in our RV, our home, are chipped. The black collar that is on Maggie is a vibration collar. It does have a shock,
But we don't ever use
but
it.
we don't ever use it. The vibration is enough to get her attention.
If she's out
She
there, and like I'll tell you the latest incident I had with her. I let her out at night, had a flag. I got a spotlight. I went out there and she sees it before I do. She starts tearing out for the skunk that is on the side. The skunk's tail goes up and turns back towards Maggie. I hit the vibration on the side of the collar and said, "No, Maggie." She comes running back over there to me. I
good thing
still thought she got it. I had to grab her and kind of smell of her to make sure she wasn't, you know,
she was running out in
got
the
it.
street in the road and stuff when she was a puppy. So she's had this collar since she was 4 months old.
When I pick up the collar and just she sees it, she runs because she knows I'm going outside. And you
If
know,
she hears it move, because if I
can you
move
put it
it,
on me? No, thank you. Although we have felt of it, put the button on and clicked it, it just
if I
vibrates.
thought it would help make him mind a play, I would put it around his neck.
No, no.
Just put it right here around his neck.
But we don't do any. We wouldn't put anything on our dogs or anything that's going to hurt them. They're
No.
like our kids. Maggie sleeps in the bed half the time,
And for those of
and
y'all that are just joining us and didn't know this, Moses is now an inside outside RV cat.
yeah,
He snuck out twice, and the first time we spent an hour and a half trying to get him back in the RV, and the next time we said, "The heck with this! You can come back on your own." And he has come back He'll come out there and he'll scratch on the door, or he will meow real loud, and I'll hear him.
are the dogs there?
Yeah, Maggie heard him the other
Maggie
night.
heard him the other night. She went to the door and she was looking at me and looking at the door. And I said, "What's the problem? You need to go out?" No, she didn't indicate she needed to go out. She'd look at the door, look at me. I said, "What's up?" And I walked over there and he was
Moses wanted in, so she's
So,
taking care of her brother.
Yeah, yeah, we tell her it's her brother. But she's laid out in the floor here right now. But
No, we would never hurt them.
no, for sure. But I'm just glad she didn't get sprayed the skunk. But
She had some incidents happening. So
no,
we love our chocolate Labrador Maya. Oh my
oh
gosh.
wow.
Oh my gosh. We definitely got to meet up.
Our dog Maggie loves every dog that she comes in contact with. She'll act like you want to eat you up at first, and if we've learned is we were out hiking the other day, and we met a guy with a dog, and at first they were like, all their hair standing up, and we let Maggie off the leash. She's fine. She wants to play. Then she's, hey, let's go, let's run. So
AK, we have done all the campgrounds that we've stayed at. We've done a video on.
yeah.
They just, you know,
We
uh,
have we have I review every one of them. Some of my reviews are not, I don't know that I would stay there anymore. A couple of them, but
Kentucky hit a skunk with her car.
mm,
Yeah.
but
Hey, listen to this. When I was a kid, we were out on the base, the military base with our dad, and he saw a mama skunk and three baby skunks. And he thought it'd be a good idea to throw his hat over them baby skunks. He threw it over there. He got them, of course, got sprayed like crazy. Took the three skunks home and took them to have them descented so that they could be pets. I did have a pet skunk as a child named Stinker. And when I would take him for a walk, if somebody came up, he'd turn around and throw the tail up, and off they go. That might be a good animal for women that walk
negative.
alone to have.
Yeah.
I mean, really.
Yeah, I
Nobody
don't
wants
like
to get sprayed by a
skunks.
skunk.
No. Did y'all see?
Yeah, I bet
I
Kentucky.
was going through the channels the other night, and I ran across a football game on, and I think it was a pro game. I'm not sure,
It
but
was. It was.
there was a coyote, a fox, or
Yeah,
a coyote one that got out on the field. I think it was in Denver,
And it
if
went
I'm
up
not
in
mistaken.
the. It went
Yeah,
up
it
in
went
the
up in the stand,
stands.
and all kinds of people. And I was thinking, man, I mean, them things carry rabies and everything else.
I'd have been jumping out of the
freaked
stands
out.
onto the field, but it was on the field too.
Yeah.
Okay, he said ask them for sponsorship at some of the campgrounds.
Yeah, I thought about that. We haven't done
No, he wasn't named Pepe Le Pew. He was named Stinker.
we haven't really had any opportunity to do anything like that with people with stuff. I know probably in the next few days, I'm gonna. If thing is, our videos are running about a month behind. In other words, uh, I've got a bunch of videos already edited and in the
Thanks,
box,
okay.
waiting for to be out on stuff, because right now we're putting out 3 videos a week, and the the thing is, because of, and I think chasing RV sunshine, I think you can understand this. When you've been in a career of law enforcement, you don't always make people happy when you do your job,
Yeah.
especially if you work narcotics or stuff like that. So, because of that, our videos run about a month behind. In other words, we will be somewhere else when our videos come out. Unless, we get with y'all and y'all decide, hey, y'all want to meet up at this campground and maybe a bunch of us have a barbecue or something, that's good. But I just want to be sure. I think anybody would understand that if, when I
Well, tell them
was,
about the doctor's office. That what happened.
well, I'll tell you, the most recent thing was we had a business in Boaz, Alabama, and this guy comes into the business, and
It was a gun and pawn shop.
yeah, and this guy comes in, and he's standing there looking at me, and I know his face. I know his face, and he he says, "You know me, don't you?" And then I think, where do I know this guy? And he said, "You busted me. You and your buddies busted me for narcotics. And in fact, my brother's still in prison doing life now. He's doing life without parole." And I got to talking to him. Fortunately, he, of course, said no hard feelings. He did 22 years, but it was a large cocaine case, and he was offered him and his wife both were offered a deal to basically tell where their organization was out of and all this. And he refused, and this is a federal case, and he ended up doing life, and actually his wife did 7 years in Atlanta. So, I can't take the
And his
chance
brother's doing
on,
live.
yeah, I can't take the chance on running up, or maybe somebody wanting to sell a revenge thing with me. So, do a month, Chasing RV Sunshine. Do y'all have an RV channel? Well, we'll be glad to go over and
I know they're
subscribe.
on Instagram.
And if you have a channel, and
put the link on here.
Put the link on here, and maybe some of these other, we have some great viewers here and great people, and they'll be glad to come over and look at your channel and probably subscribe.
It might be good to have his wife Deb on the other channel sometime.
Maybe later on.
Yeah.
But we just don't. Yeah, I mean, I don't. AK, you talking about editing? I don't mind editing. That's the one thing that's kind of fun to me, but it can be a lot of time consuming for sure.
But let me tell y'all what happened. We were at the doctor's office one day, and Tommy and I, we always go to the doctor together. We see her at the same time, so it just kind of we don't have to worry about it. Anyway, this guy walks in.
Chasing RV. Go ahead and put your link up here to your channel. What is it? Is it Chasing RV Sunshine? Is that it, or is that
for YouTube and
for
Instagram?
YouTube? Yeah.
Anyway, this guy comes in shorts, and he's all tattooed up, and he looks over at us, and all of a sudden he just starts getting really nervous, and he signs in. He sits over there, and man, he is. I thought, what is wrong with this kid? So anyway, we go in and we come out, and he's gone. He's back in the back. And that afternoon, we went to get our medicine.
First off, I said, "Did you see that guy acting so weird?" I said, "I don't." He just looked at me weird and is acting weird.
Okay, so anyway, we go to the pharmacy to get our medicine, and the pharmacist knows us real well, and he says, "Oh, there's the one that caused that guy to go to the hospital."
Yeah, I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
The guy had a full-blown panic attack, and they had to call an ambulance. He thought Tommy was going to find drugs on him in there.
I think he had something in his car. That's the only thing I can figure out he was doing.
Yeah.
Go over to their channel, Dina. Just subscribe to their channel.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, you can't be too safe if you are you can't be too. I mean, it's just anything else. It's just too.
Okay, I am subscribed.
How many do they have?
I don't know.
No, go top.
Okay,
664. I think
647.
Yeah, we.
That's cool.
I just yeah. Okay. If y'all,
I'm subscribed.
Go over and
we don't know what we're doing either.
We don't know what we're doing. Have some on
your videos look pretty good though.
Yeah,
I'll have to go on and watch some. Exploring Minnesota.
Minnesota.
When were y'all in Door County? That says 9 months ago. We loved Door County.
Yeah, and that Thousand Trails in Door County was the best. It was near Sturgeon's Bay. And I liked it up there a lot. Only thing I didn't see, we went through the UP. Nobody talked Ooper. I wanted somebody to talk Ooper to me. Speak Ooper. My son-in-law says, "Oh, wait till you talk to somebody. Stop at the gas station. Let them talk some Ooper to you." We ate up there a couple of times at some small restaurants, and nobody talked.
We loved Ooper. The goats on the restaurant. And the food was awesome. A lot of times, restaurants that have a gimmick like that, the food's no good. It's just you're going for the gimmick. Their food was really good.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. We got somebody here.
Oh my goodness.
There you are. You finally made it.
I tell you what, this avatar, I haven't been on, and this new phone, and it just was not cooperating. I said, they're gonna already be gone.
Hey, Melinda, go over and when you get off of here, go over
Yes, sir.
into Chasing RV Sunshine.
They're
And
cops
they're
too.
and
Retired
they're retired cops, and they got a channel. You need to check them
Cool.
out. We went over, and they got a great channel.
Chasing, what is that? I have to write things
Chasing
down.
I gotta make sure that
Chasing RV Sunshine.
Oh, sunshine. Cool. I wish I need to, just sell my house and don't even worry about moving south and just get me an RV and I just need a driver.
Yeah, there you go.
How's
I don't know.
everybody
AJ, you
doing?
may be available as a driver.
Oh, no, not
Oh,
mine.
y'all would have a blast.
Oh, AK? Yeah, he's
Yeah.
he's about as crazy as I am. But we're good people. We're good people. So AK, is he gonna come on
Well,
or
I don't know. I invited him there, but
he said that he can't talk. He
he
sounds
can't
like a
talk.
drunk
He
because
sounds like
of
a
the
drunk.
bee stings. They stung
Tell
him in the mouth.
well, he can do sign language.
I know some sign language.
Yeah, you
All
do.
right, you guys, you can see Melinda. If any of you ever want to come on to when we're doing live stream or anything, if any of you ever want to come on and do a pop in, just let us know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just kind of,
Down.
invited myself, like,
There
hey,
you
brother
go.
and sister.
Well, you're coming on tomorrow night for the military thing on the missing live stream.
Yes.
So,
And there's gonna possibly be special guests. So
Okay,
right.
great.
all right, y'all heard that here. Come
you
to the
heard it
missing live stream
first.
tomorrow night at 7:00, and you'll get to see Melinda, who has so many different hats that she has worn, military, police, everything.
Chasing RV, have you seen it? YouTube seems to be pretty tough to get subscribers on on the RV portion of it. It has been very tough. I don't know if what it is, but it just the last few months it has been
Let me
very
ask
tough.
y'all. You know that new Applebee song? I told Tommy, let me and him do
I
the
ain't
dance,
dancing no
and that would help.
Oh, I'll do it.
Negatory.
I'll do it. You and I can do it, sister. Woo!
I love that. I called Applebee's and told them that is the most awesome commercial I've ever seen.
Hey, let's do
Yeah.
it. Let's do it.
Can
Lynn,
okay.
can we get the missing the link to the missing live stream? Can we get that posted? And everybody, please go over there and join. We got so many great things coming up over there. Y'all just, I don't want y'all to miss out. And plus, has anybody seen the TikTok?
Yes.
Just about the 4, like you do like a sign language.
We talked about that last night.
Oh.
Did you hear that a 16-year-old girl was in a car, and a passerby saw her do that, and they called the police, and she was being trafficked?
Oh my good gravy! Oh my good Lord!
Yeah. So if you see if y'all see somebody do this, that means they're being
I'm not
trafficked.
dancing no song on
Oh,
the.
yes you will. Yes you will.
No, I'm not dancing no song on the. It's hard. It's hard enough to get her to get me to dance anywhere.
That's true.
We'll get Maggie to
although-
do it too.
Although I almost did, we went to the Bucks game the other night up there
You did do that.
with the who they playing, the Knicks, and they had this camera. They were going around showing everybody, and I could not get them to show me. I mean, they were showing people near me, around me.
You'd think they'd have played
and
that old
I told him,
man.
I said, I bet you if I started dancing out here in the aisle, they would do it, but I just couldn't get brave enough.
Well, you're gonna do it because I'm claiming it. You got to put out that positive, put out that claim it, will it out in the universe. So you're gonna do it, and you can get Maggie. You can have Maggie do it with you. Stand her up and do Maggie.
Deb tried to get Joe to do the dance. See,
and
if they just listen to these women.
How about this? How about we get Tish Jackson to do it again, and AK and Chasing RV Sunshine. Who else? Mary L. Oh, I love that name. Amber. Let's all just everybody.
Not
Let's
doing
just.
the dance. I'm sorry.
When
Well,
I do
you.
it, now listen, when I do it in here in the RV, Mackie jumps up and tries to stop me from dancing. She is hilarious.
Well, that's
Well,
because she wants to dance too, y'all. She
yeah,
wants part of it. I know
I just
my
think
Otis does. Now
I
look, you
think
can't be
she could
negative.
cry.
You
I did
you
it.
can't be negative, Nancy, or what is it? You're a male, so negative
Thomas.
Nathaniel. Yeah, Thomas.
Doubting
We can't.
Thomas.
Doubting Thomas. That's right.
Yep, you can do it.
Very,
You
very
know,
else you should
all you
listen to Melinda.
just shake your booty. You know, just go with it. You only live one life. I mean, you only live
That's right.
once.
I choose not to.
No. You're retired. You can cut up
See,
like that.
right there, AK said his hornet stings will never allow him to dance again. Sorry.
Yeah, well, that's just what he says now. But everybody else, are y'all all Amber, Mary, T.S. Jackson? She did it. So yeah,
All right, let me
yeah.
change the subject a minute. Did
Okay, go
any of
ahead.
y'all see the Northern Lights the other night?
Yes, I did. Bella and
I
I
did
did.
not see the Northern Lights. I have been trying to see the Northern Lights, but they
saw 'em
said
on a
they were
video.
in. You could see them up in the UP or northern Wisconsin, and I have not seen
I
them.
thought they
Oh.
said far down as Kansas.
Oh well, my bad. No, negative. I'm sorry. I did see them, but I saw them on a YouTube channel where they,
No,
you
I
That's
know,
where I
had
saw
it.
'em.
I want to see them actually see them. So I don't
That's
know.
where I saw 'em.
They said it was difficult in certain, region, like certain areas, to be able to really see it. I'm pretty sure the ones in chat will know more than I do about that.
I did record the night sky on a time lapse, but I did hoping that I would get some of it, but it didn't. It didn't work. I got a
Well,
great time lapse, but I just didn't see any Northern Lights.
well, we not only saw, because they set it up to where we only saw that, but we also got to see a meteor shower.
Well, now
Part of that meteorite. It was
friends of
live.
mine, yeah, friends of mine sent me that video down there where the
I'm jealous.
that
Chasing
space
RV.
that space thing that came in the other night and landed in off Pensacola.
In the Gulf of
Yeah.
Mexico.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
that's where they sent that coming through the sky. I saw a video of that. It was pretty neat.
So was those civilians that had went up there for 3 or 5 days, or
I'm
was
not.
that when they launched the satellite that's supposed to hit and ram into
No,
the
I
meteor?
think it was some people with that. They had to. It was on one of the guy that does the Tesla. They had to wear diapers for about
Which I
3
can't
days
believe the news
because
told that.
They
because their
always do
oil
that,
systems
silly.
went out.
Wear a diaper.
They always do that. You didn't know that? They have to
reminds me
wear
of
a
that.
diaper.
That reminds me of that military person that wore a diaper driving
Oh
across
goodness. No,
the
she was an
United
astronaut.
States.
She was
Well,
she
that's
was
what
an
she was
astronaut.
asking.
She was used to it then.
Yeah.
Oh, good gravy.
Hey,
I told
Mallory.
Bella,
Yeah.
I said, she was watching, like, when the shuttle went off, when the civilians first went, I was watching it. I mean, I was getting so emotional, and I was just praying, like, please, please, Lord, don't let it blow up. Let nothing happen, because I'm like scarred from, being in school and watching it in elementary when the teacher, we watched that. And so when it was counting down, she was looking at me like I was crazy, and I was going, count down, yes. I mean, I was getting all hyped up, and I started crying. I was so happy. I was crying. I'm like, yay. So anyway,
Hey,
yeah.
I told Dana right that next thing. I said I would have went on that one. It was probably the safest flight
wear
ever went
snorkels,
out
too.
there.
Somebody asked, where do you get your music for the RV channel?
We are a member of Epidemic. I think it's Epidemic Sound. Hold on just a minute, and I'll see.
Epic Sound.
Epic.
Oh, you know what? There's so many in the chat that they can see. They could see it from where they're at. Wow. the northern. What happened? Did somebody leave? Am I the only? Can y'all hear me? Hello.
Here I am.
Damn.
I'm sorry.
He punched
I
the
was-
wrong button.
I pushed. It's like now that somebody trips over a thing. We use Epic Sound, but I have used Artlist. Artlist is very good, except Artlist is very expensive. It's $200 a year.
Oh no.
But I use Epidemic Sound. It is, I think, $108 a year, something like that. And problem is though, I use it on this channel. I used it on our other channel, and I got a copyright strike. So
Oh
I can
well.
only use it on the channel that I use it on. And you can't use a bunch of music. I mean, you can't use music like music now, or your whole video, if you're monetized, will be any money you earn will go back to the person that did the
And we
song.
can't even use our
I-
son's music.
I have a great idea. I mean, because we have such a beautiful family. Oh, we have a beautiful family here and on the missing live stream. So I'm gonna make this really quick. I know that there's someone out there that knows that can help out to do all of this, and it won't cost you a dime.
What do you mean?
Well, we'll just talk about it. Whatever. I'm sure we can all come up with something. Like, are you talking about your intro?
Well, no, we were talking. Somebody asked me, where do we get our music from?
Oh,
See, I really can't even get. Dakota
Yeah.
has got all these songs, but
yeah.
because
You.
his
Oh, 'cause
album's
he's.
coming, because his album's coming out, the record label won't let him put anything online until his album comes out. And then if I use his music, I have to get permission. I mean, it's you have to jump through a bunch of hoops. If
Okay,
I
well,
put
how
it,
about if I play the guitar? Well, how about I play a song and then I go up to the school, and then the kid, like literally, they can play, and do
yeah,
a song. But it's something like Bella can do the ukulele, and it'd be
Yeah.
something that's original, and so nobody. It can't be copyrighted. If you like it, it'd be
Yeah, I don't
something
know.
really neat.
We'll,
He don't trust
we'll
me, y'all.
AK, you can support Dakota by praying for him. He's struggling. In fact, he's told me the other day he got a job. Told me this afternoon he got a job working at Amazon
until that he can.
his.
I mean,
Right now he's not making any money, so he's got to have
he's
some
making
money.
a little bit of money, but his apartment rent. They want
Yeah.
him to live in Nashville, and if you live in Nashville, your apartment rent is insane.
His is $1,100 a month,
And
he
his
only
and it's
they
not.
pay him $1,500 a month.
It's not a
Yeah.
great apartment. I mean, it's like concrete block walls. I mean, he lives by himself, so he doesn't. I mean, he hasn't even had gas to turn on for heat. Yeah, I
Well,
told him, go ahead and do the gas heat thing if we have to even help him out. But it's a tough road, That's a tough
well,
road.
I'll call you. I'll talk to y'all after this. But y'all know that my cousins and all them were pocket full of rocks, and all that. And they live in where did I say they live? Right outside of Nashville. But he
Probably
drives
Franklin or something.
Franklin, right? But he drives to Nashville and writes songs and all. Okay, so they're great people. They're family, not my family, but the other ones. That were in the band for 25 years. So he could. We'll just talk about it. How would he feel about roommating? Like a family.
I don't know if he's going to feel like roommating, but if he could just find
I
somebody
mean, it's
to
a
write with.
family, a couple.
He
It's a
used to write
couple.
music with people, He's written songs, a bunch of songs with other people.
Right. Well,
But
yeah. I mean, this
just
guy
hooking
plays.
him up with somebody to write with, that's the
Right.
thing.
This is who he is. I mean, yeah. So I mean, it's all within the music family. They're all family. So yeah. I mean, we'll just talk about it. We'll pray about
He
it.
wrote a song about he wrote a song for when we lived in Orange Beach. With my business, I always gave to the women's shelter for pro-life, and they invited us to come to a luncheon or dinner one night.
But
a
it's all
festival.
the political
Yeah,
stuff
everybody that's
in the whole
pro-life.
county were there.
Yeah, and they asked if he would sing. They knew he was adopted, and they asked if he would sing. And I told them that I don't know if any of you have ever heard the song "Orphans of God." Absolutely an amazing song. And I told him, I said, "Why don't you sing that?" Well, he didn't tell me anything. And then that night, he got up and he sang the song. He sang a song he wrote about us. And
Oh,
he cried at the end of it.
oh
But
my
in it,
gosh.
he talks about how that our arms, when they laid him in our arms felt like home to him. And it is
Oh my gosh.
absolutely amazing. Y'all, the record.
Zach Williams and Matt Steele.
Hey,
Hey, you know what? Hey, sister, you know what? I wasn't even thinking he was, adopted. I mean, I knew, but like, he's not really because he's y'all's, like y'all are his parents and he's y'all, that's your baby. But this couple that I'm telling you about, they couldn't have children and they adopted and raised 3 of their own. That's who that's just,
Well, Mindy,
oh,
she's Korean. Everybody thinks, I tell her all the time, I think we're closer than blood, You have your friends of Zach Williams and Matt Steele. Could link Dakota up with them. Hey, if they're in the anything that you could do, I mean, that'd be absolutely.
Let me tell them. Curb Records, the guy from Curb Records, one of the head guys at Curb Records, met with Dakota. He really liked him. Dakota sent him his CD for him to listen to, the one that's finished. And the Curb Record guy told him, he said, "You're a phenomenal songwriter, but your voice sounds too much like Rascal Flatts." And so we wouldn't be interested in putting you out there as a songwriter right now. I mean, as a singer right now.
And Dakota said, "Fine, I'll write music. That'd be fine with me." He would be,
That's what my cousin does. They retired the band and he was in and he writes not just Christian but country.
Songwriters,
Well, we're just gonna all hook up. So what is this? Matt, let's see. Y'all need to, yes, Matt, Dylan. So you'll just have to email them. And
Matthew, if you'll send us an email to our either 1 Million Mile Road trip or the missing live stream, send us your email. I will send you Dakota's information.
Your personal email, doing it, Meddena.
Or you can do it. You can do it to meddena.green@gmail.com. Well, you
Put
don't know
it
how
down
to,
there.
Yeah, you don't know how to spell my name.
I barely know how to spell it. So I mean,
Y'all's email actually is the missing live stream at gmail.com.
Yeah, or anybody could email it to my wife's email right there.
Oh, you put it. Oh, okay.
.green@gmail.com.
You can send me, and then I can send you Dakota's information. Listen, at this point, he has done so much. In fact, this past week he was down in Orange Beach and he worked behind the scenes of some big concert.
He did Jason Aldean.
He's always working behind the scenes.
He was working as production assistant at the Wharf for like 2 or 3 years, where he worked all kinds of concerts. He drove Luke Combs around. The Beach Boys.
The Beach Boys. Ooh.
Look, in fact, the Beach Boys told him, "We'd like for you to volunteer as be a volunteer production assistant for 6 months, and if everything works out, we'll put you on permanent." But that's not really what. Well, he couldn't be.
That's not what he wants to do. Yeah.
Yeah, and they love him because he does. They tell him, "Hey, we need this," and he does it. They sent him to Five Guys to get hamburgers. 800 hamburgers.
Jeez Louise. Well, I'm going to tell you what, though, he still has to follow his dreams and he can't get, off the path, but that's amazing.
He had picked up the Beach Boys in Pensacola at the airport to drive them over to Orange Beach. And they said, most of the singers don't even speak the people when they get them in the van, but they were nice to Dakota. And they said, you probably don't even know any of our music. And he said, oh, no, I grew up listening to y'all. My dad and mom love y'all's music. And they said, well, give him a call. Let's talk to him. And he called, but we were not in an area that our phone would pick up. And so
oh no, y'all didn't get to talk to them?
No, but they left a
Aw.
message. He said, hey, Mom, Dad, I'm here with the Beach Boys. And they were like, hey, Mom, Dad. You know.
It's probably
Oh
a
my
good thing
God.
that we didn't get to talk to him, because probably we would have been trying to sell them on Dakota.
Well, you know what though? He will always remember that. I mean, I wish that and I've been all around the world. I wish that and I've met a lot of beautiful souls, beautiful people, and I'm still meeting them. But like, that's something at that age, like that's epic. That's
Well,
just so
I'll tell you
epic.
another one too. He was driving Luke Combs around, and Luke told him, he said, he said, I heard you want to get into the music business. And Dakota said, yeah, sir, I'm not really, May told me not to talk about that with you because, you know, all this stuff. But he said, yeah, I'm trying. And he told him a little background. And Dakota said, look, I'll sell T-shirts if I have to get my, to get my foot in the door.
Hey,
And,
that shows a lot of.
and Luke said that's what you got to do sometimes. So he knows, he's met a lot of these guys.
I wish I could have met Elvis, and I met Disease. Go ahead. I'm
he
sorry.
worked. He opened for Three Doors Down, and somebody else in South Dakota.
He wrote a song. He used to sing Christian music all the time.
Thank you, Matthew.
And he wrote a song with Anthem Lights. He wrote a song called Crash Into Me. And
that sounds good.
That is still in their catalog.
They won't let him.
They won't record it right now,
even though he wrote most of it.
He wrote most of the song, but it's weird because he was actually met one of the guys at a church one night. He knew he was going to be in town and went up there and got with him. And the guy called him out and said, "Hey, Dakota, come here, man. I want to introduce you to my wife." And he said, "Me and Dakota wrote some music together." So. But that's not the kind of music. I mean, Dakota, even though he writes a lot of Christian music, writes a lot of everything. His big thing is
country,
country or pop. He can do either one.
He does Christian real.
Well, I'm gonna tell y'all something, y'all. I'm just so excited. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm gonna call tonight. I'm gonna call David. I'm gonna call Michael. I'm gonna call all my family. Well, I'm not gonna. I don't know if I should tell y'all the others that I'm country that I'm kin to, but anyway, they're older. So anyway, they're not that bad. I mean, they. My dad arrested one of them at a family reunion because he was smoking pot, But anyway, we won't go there. But they're very well known. So yeah, I'm looking at everybody: Donnie Osmond and everybody that people have in chat of, I'm just
AK the song Crash Into Me is about a song of just letting go and letting God just take completely over him. I wish that I could play some of his music for y'all. He
did write. I'm gonna tell you some of the country songs names he did. He wrote a song called Her Heart Wears Camo.
Yep.
Oh, gosh.
It is great. It is great.
Oh,
and
yes.
He wrote a song called
Southern
Women. And the way he does is he's got this little tape recorder in his car. And if he sees something, he'll just say a verse out and they get back there and write. He said he was driving down the road and he sees this woman out there in the South
push mowing
her yard. And he said, dang, these Southern women. And he wrote a song on that. He wrote one called Next Time, and I think Jason Aldean would be a good one to sing that one. It just sounds like one of his songs.
The one that they're putting out in December, the 31st of December, is called Moving On. Yeah. And it's about moving on from it's his song about
moving to Nashville, basically the struggle he went through to Nashville.
Melinda, he wrote
one. Such a gift. He's got such. Yeah. I mean, that right there. It's like I bet he wrote. Did he like me? I like poetry. I know
Yeah.
that
Well,
sounds
listen, he wrote one that I wish he would have put out during the
pandemic.
no, the war, Afghanistan.
Oh yeah.
Afghanistan. It was he tells me, he says, listen to this song, and I'm going to tell you the video that goes along with it. It's
Meet
Meet
Me
Me
There.
There, and the song is Meet Me There, and he says it starts out and it talks about a guy leaving on a bus, and the wife is standing there. He's leaving on a bus. He's going to war, and he says the video opens with them dancing in the 40s, a couple dancing in the 40s, and he's leaving on a bus, and then it switches after the chorus. It switches to a modern day couple dancing, and he's leaving on a bus, and the ending of it, it says meet me there when spring turns to summer. Are you out there? Anyway, the video ends with the bus pulling up and the young woman standing there, and her husband gets off, and it pans back to the old woman sitting there with her husband's picture.
Oh my gosh. Oh my
He
gosh.
told me, I mean, I get chill bumps, y'all.
Oh, I just did too. Like, what has he recorded it? I mean, does he?
Yes.
He's got to do
Yes.
this. Tell him he has to do it. Like, we need to hear it tomorrow.
He's
Especially
got 1, 2 unanswered prayers. I think it is. That's more on. I'll tell you what that's about.
No, the last prayer.
Yeah, last prayer. It's about suicide. He wrote that one lately.
It's
You
called
know.
one of
Hey,
the verses.
Chasing.
We'll get back with you guys.
Love
We
you.
will definitely get back with y'all, and we'll visit you over on your channel too. But and we
The song.
And we love you.
man,
Y'all
we
stay
just-
safe.
we're kind of chasing a rabbit hole right now. So, but we do appreciate you coming over and
we're gonna
introducing
sub.
yourself for sure.
But that song, the last prayer, it's about a guy that's on his last. He's at the end of his rope, and he's saying, "Are you out there? Do you hear me?
Oh my God.
Because this may be my last prayer." And he wrote that when he was really depressed, which is, for me, it's it's sad.
You know,
And then,
sister, I just lost. You know, what was it in September, or was it April? I don't even know, because it's every month. Burying my brother's sisters, and it's not just soldiers either.
No, it's 17 soldiers. They said today 17
used to be
soldiers
22,
a day.
so I think
No,
going
it's
down.
over 22. It's more like over 50, and
Right.
and then also it's PD officers, and also young people. Well, actually, it's just
retired officers.
it's everybody. It's everyone, and so
this pandemic hadn't helped.
No, but like, okay, I need to talk to your son. Like, I need to talk to him so we can do something tomorrow. I would love for that to, for Veterans Day, so everybody, the whole world can hear that,
Well,
and just remember.
He can't put anything out right now.
Oh, that's the one that he had did with.
No, that's not. All of his songs
are tied up
right now.
Oh, I gotcha.
Because they've got this. See, the record, the record company basically that's got it is what is the name of that? Myriad. It's Myriad Productions out of Nashville.
Right.
His manager one of his manager producers is an older manager producer. He has only a few people right now. One's Dakota, one's Colin Ray, that's been out there forever.
Mm-hmm.
And he used to have Montgomery Gentry and a bunch of the others, but he was kind of semi-retired when he kind of discovered Dakota, and he kind of fired him back up again. And the girl that's the partner in the partnership in the company was married to a billionaire. He died. He did own the Suns basketball NBA team.
Mm-hmm.
He died about last year sometime.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. He was an older man, and they oh man, that was sad.
But she's got 2 daughters, and she lives in Palm Springs, and they flew him out there for a dinner one night, and he sang at the dinner.
For her birthday.
Her birthday, right?
Mhm.
This was a couple of years back, but anyway, we talked about
Well,
everything under the sun.
Tell him, or I will tell him to get where's he at? Like, tell him to get busy, because he's so smart and he can just, come up with a song, and just have him write something for the special day tomorrow.
It
Well,
don't
you
work
can't
like
work
that.
like that. I'm telling
We've
you.
tried.
We've tried.
We
I've
asked him to
thrown.
write one for our.
Well, y'all have parents. I mean,
I
that's
know,
like,
but it's not like that. He
is inspired by something. And
I'll send him some pictures. How about that?
He writes
listen.
the song
I'm telling
in
you,
10 minutes.
He can. I've seen him sit down in 10 minutes to write a song, and then I've seen him be struggling one for 3 months. He has
what
to
if
be
I sent him
inspired.
pictures of the good things that happened over there? Because I was so blessed. I mean, God really opened my eyes.
I don't know that it's
like,
not
I have little
that.
kids. It's good
With
things.
When he writes. I can't. I've tried to tell him, look, I've got this hook.
Yeah.
I come to him. Hey, I said, hey, Dakota, I got this hook. He said, Dad, I'm sorry. I can't write like that.
Mental
He said,
block.
he can't do it. He said, it has to be something that inspires him. And that's
from the heart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it doesn't matter what inspires me from the heart may not inspire him. But he's written a lot of what he calls radio songs that will make it on the radio, but he doesn't even like those songs because he says they're not what speaks to me. They're sure they would make it. Her Heart Wears Camo is a radio song,
Hey, y'all stand by, or I'm going to put you on mute because I'm fixing to call my cousins right now. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm going to call them.
Listen, why don't we'll get together on the telephone later on or whatever. Maybe not tonight. We've been here an hour and a half.
Hey, y'all, you can go on YouTube and possibly he may be on YouTube on a couple of songs. Let me pull it up real quick and just go on there and search out Dakota Green, Dakota Green.
Official, I think it is. Official.
No, I think I can just pull up Dakota Green.
Hold on, Dakota.
Yeah.
Well, one of his songs, Moving On, is on there.
Warm Beach, Cold Drink.
Oh, good gravy. It is storming.
There's one called Heartbreak High, and it's...
there's more than one Dakota Green.
It's actually about the Colorado lifestyle, AK. But...
yeah.
Which one is he? Because there's several on here.
He's the handsome one. He's the first one that comes up.
He's the one that does a black and white.
What? Get out of here! He don't look like the same one that was on. Man, he's grown up.
Yeah, it's the one he's wearing a cap on backwards. I think.
Moving on. Yes.
Yeah, moving on. Yeah.
Warm Beach, Cold Drink.
And he also's got one called Heartbreak High. It's a Colorado edition. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay, listen to this, y'all. Listen, I won't play much.
The flag it.
Okay. Oh, my bad. Y'all go check it out.
I shared it so they can go on and look at it.
Man, he's got a good voice. He's got good. I mean, how long has he been playing the? Does he just play the acoustic or?
He taught himself how to play the guitar. He taught himself how to play the piano.
Me too.
I mean, he taught himself all that kind of stuff. But
yeah, go listen to the AK.
Look up. Listen to Heartbreak High.
Heartbreak High on Dakota Green on YouTube. You'll love it.
Yeah.
I remember. He didn't want, whenever y'all were in the house and he came in and you were trying to get him to say hello to everybody. And he was like, he leaned down. He's like, no, I'm not doing it.
He's shy. He's very shy.
He is, but you know what? Like, he has grown up a lot. Like, that doesn't even look like the same Dakota.
Yeah. He's, he's 30. So,
y'all are about as old as I am.
No, we're older than you are.
Yeah.
Negative.
Okay.
Okay, well, and so what time tomorrow? And on y'all go right now and share it out. This
We'll be
this
back online at 7 o'clock tomorrow, and
on this
we'll
one or
talk
the
about
missing.
on the missing.
Hey, thank y'all for listening to these two old people talk. And
Oh,
it's
look,
when we got talking
three.
about our child, we just could we get so excited about Dakota and what God's plans are for his life, and we just know that all of this heartbreak he's had over the past 10 years,
Yeah.
starting when he witnessed that suicide up until now, that God's going to work it out for his Dakota's good and God's glory.
Yes, and they have an amazing daughter too. Oh my gosh.
Don't get us started on our daughter.
Oh my gosh. I adopted them. I mean, they are my brother and sister, but like I love my family, but wow, y'all are amazing parents. So
Well, thank you.
All righty, well, we're gonna go
We love
before
you guys.
we love y'all so
and
much.
y'all watch the community page and don't get all freaked out before we put on there. But it's just the way it is right now. Going to redo our channel, our missing channels, hours, and everything. But it's no big deal. If you got a question,
Yes.
call us or write us, and we will see
And
y'all
thanks to
back
all of you.
tomorrow at 7 o'clock.
You're so prideful.
And
Right.
thank all of you for praying
Yes.
for our son, for following us, and just visiting with these two old people.
All right. Well, God bless y'all.
I
We'll talk
love
to you
y'all
later,
so
Melinda.
much, everybody. Y'all tell everybody to go and subscribe to the missing live stream
Yeah.
and also to this one. Let's just all lift them up because they have a purpose and I love them. I know y'all do
All
too.
right. We'll talk to you later.
Better get.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.